Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching The Seven Deadly Sins, Season 2, Episode 7. 6. Never mind about 7. It's Episode 6. See, last episode, we saw Meliodas, Diane, Merlin, and that one guy with the mask whose name I do not know, get beat down by Galen, or Galland, I think is how you say his name. Big red guy with the horns on his helmet. I guess Merlin thought they may have a chance since he had absolutely no magic, but his physical abilities were way superior, and he didn't even need the magic to fight them. Even overpowering Merlin a little bit. She tried to use a spell on him, and he moved so fast out of her range for the spell that it was just insane. Apparently, for Galen, he has an ability where if you tell a lie in front of him, you turn to stone. Merlin was trying to buy some time and tell him that she would give them what they wanted if he would leave, and she would go with them. And then she started turning to stone, and that's where he explains that that his ability, being one of the 10 Commandments, is that if you say or tell a lie in front of him, you are turned to stone. I guess all of the other commandments have an ability like this, but it's different for each one, depending on, I guess, whatever thing you're breaking in front of them. Like for him, lying. Somebody else, I don't know what kind of ability they could have, but just got to make sure you don't do it in front of them and you'll be fine. But right now, they don't know what the trigger words or abilities or anything are. So she turned to stone, and then he tried to break her, but dude with the mask grabbed her and took off. Not too far. Meliodas tried using his demon form to fight him, and while it raised his ability from, I think, 3,800 to 10,000, it still wasn't anywhere near Galen's 28 or 26,000. So he still got overpowered and lost. And the next thing you see is him stab Meliodas in the eye with his spear. Also killing Diane. Killing dude with the mask, and as he stabs him through the chest with the spear, it cuts Merlin's head off while she's a stone statue. Meanwhile, Elizabeth and Arthur are watching through Merlin's spell. Was it Perfect Cube or something like that? Galen can't even break through it, so he just leaves. But as he's leaving, you see a pink, thing attached to him. And then Gowther shows up out of nowhere, laughing, naked. So my assumption is that he attached this thing to Galen to make him think that he killed the others, when in reality he didn't. After that, we see Gilthunder, Hauser, and Griamore, I believe is his name, traveling down a road. I forget where they're headed, but they're going somewhere. I think to try to figure out what went wrong with Henderson, why he started trying to accomplish this goal of causing the next war between the demons and the humans. And they come across a carriage that is on the side of the road, and the people are there just kind of standing, like with blank looks on their faces. You find out earlier that the reason this is happening is because the other commandments came up with the idea that since there is hardly any magic like for them to kind of feed off of, it's taking a really long time for them to get their power back. So what they plan on doing is going around and stealing people's souls and eating them to gain magic. Which is why these people have like blank stares and are just not moving at all, because they've had their souls stolen and potentially eaten. They see the town that's nearby being attacked, so they go and try to help, and they find one of the red demons that Henderson used to make the new generation of Holy Knights from the first season, attacking the town. They take it out pretty easily. It's a red demon apparently is not much. I mean, for normal people, it would be an issue, but for Holy Knights and the Sins, it's not much of an issue. I mean, Ban took one out by himself when it attacked the Fairy King's forest. But after they kill that, a gray demon shows up, which is what Henderson used to build his power at the end of season 1. And they're getting ready to fight that one. But then Henderson shows up, talking about how it's a gray demon. If they think they're going to be able to fight it the way they are now, then they're going to be surprised when they are just overwhelmed by this thing. And now he's going to help fight the gray demon. And that's where it ends. I think I actually got everything in that. I might have mixed up a few things or said something wrong here or there, but for the most part, I think I got everything. This is actually the first time in 2 weeks where I've gotten to watch this episode the day it's released. The last couple of weeks I had issues downloading the episode. I figured out why that was happening, and so it won't happen again. Anyway, I'm assuming it's going to pick up right where I left off with Gilthunder and them at the town, and later moving on to the Sins to see what actually happened during the fight with Galland. So let's get into this episode. The video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.